Those were the headlines that we're tracking for you this evening. But on what's brewing today, Celcius Logistics has raised 250 crore rupees in an oversubscribed Series B round. The round, which was a mix of equity and debt, was led by Eurozeo and Omnivore, with continued support from existing backers like Ivy Cap Ventures and key debt partners, including Trifecta Capital and Black Soil. The funding will power Celcius's expansion into over 1,000 cities, strengthen its technology platform, and scale its growing presence in critical sectors like pharmaceuticals and food logistics. Joining me now to discuss this further, Swarup Bose, the founder and CEO of Celcius Logistics. Swarup, thank you so much for taking time out and being here with us on Startup Street. You know, you are addressing this big gap in India's cold chain industry, right? So if you could take us through what you have on offer and the kind of efficiencies that you're bringing in for your clients and the sectors that you're currently focused on.
Thanks for having me here. And it's been a big day for us after announcing our fundraise and closing our Series B. With the new investors, Eurozeo, Omnivore, and existing Ivy Cap coming in, we have been building a cold supply chain network across India for the past 4 years. Now, we are concentrating on segments like pharmaceutical, dairy, F&B, quick commerce, e-commerce. In fact, we have started working with new age brands, which are smaller startups. They are the small companies that are trying to scale up across different cities. We have been working with them, creating a smaller logistics network for them. And this year, we are concentrating heavily on this, whether it be the new age business or the pharmaceutical or creating a railway network for our entire supply chain. Celcius is very aggressive on our expansion plans across 1,000 cities by this year end.
Right. So very aggressive on your expansion plans. If you could sort of, break down how the 250 crore rupees that you've raised will be allocated across your core areas like technology expansion and cold storage infrastructure.
So most of our money does go into the technology expansion. We have been creating our own business platform, our own transport management software, warehouse management software. These are dedicated directly to the cold chain. These are one of a kind, which is handling the entire cold supply chain on our platform. We also use the money to expand into more warehousing, more cold chain touch points. We onboard more vehicles. We go to other cities, tier 3, tier 4 cities, and we make sure that we create a cold chain network where our clients can then step in.
Right. And, how does Celcius Logistics, you said one of your big plans is to aggressively scale and reach 1,000 cities, right? If you could sort of tell us what your current presence is and what challenges do you anticipate in expanding to, less penetrated or rural markets?
Today, we are in more than 600 cities. It has taken us 4 years to reach that scale. And now we are looking at 1,000 cities where we are expanding into places like Siliguri, Guwahati, Kashmir. We are looking at going into Visakhapatnam. So you see our expansion is pretty much even across India. The biggest challenge that we face is getting the right partners in such areas who can then grow with us. We always expect a local partner to tie up with us, help us with the assets, and then we take over the management of the entire asset. But we have been very blessed to get the right kind of partners across India. People are very confident now that we have stepped in about investing in cold chain, which has helped us to scale up to here.
Right. So meeting the right partners is essential there in your expansion plan. Now, let's get into numbers then, right? With a reported 2.5 times year-on-year top-line growth since 2021, what are your revenue targets over the next 2 years? What are you currently clocking? And what segments do you expect to drive the most growth?
We are currently clocking about 300 crores in ARR. We are hoping to continue our 2.5x growth over the next couple of years. The segments that keep giving us more and more revenues are our transport division, which is our oldest division. Pharmaceutical is something that we are betting on huge this year. We started pharma division only about 5 months back, but we are getting a lot of positive response from the market. And you will see a lot of news coming out of Celcius this year when it comes to the pharmaceutical division. And the new age division, which is working with the new age brands, the startups, the smaller entrepreneurs, that division is also seeing a lot of growth. That's our D2C Connect, where Celcius will be connecting directly with the consumers for the businesses which want to expand. So these divisions, we are expecting that a lot of revenue will be generated. And obviously, quick commerce. One of our biggest play in the market is quick commerce today, where we are working with companies like Zepto, we are working with Zomato, Blinkit. We are hoping to expand that network. We are hoping to onboard a few new clients who are just entering the quick commerce market. So overall, all these divisions together will be fueling our growth.
Right, absolutely. And you were talking about a pharmaceutical sector which you just launched about 5 months back, right? So what strategic steps is Celcius taking to deepen its presence in the pharmaceutical logistics sector? And how does it plan to meet the stringent compliance and safety standards that are required for transporting critical medical supplies? Also, any other new sectors on the radar?
Celcius was formed in the middle of the COVID pandemic. In fact, the first transport we ever did was vaccine. So we have been very conscious about the SOPs and the IOPs required by the pharma divisions. We have not touched the pharma divisions in our first 4 years because we were building up the systems to meet the strict compliance that you're talking about. We, in fact, wanted to get ready, make sure that the compliances are in place, and then enter the pharmaceutical division. Today, we have created a very big team of pharma sales and operations who have been trained. Our software has been upgraded to accommodate whatever the pharmaceutical divisions need. And that is what we are launching in the market as a pharma division. So we are looking forward to a lot of interaction with the pharmaceutical companies and hoping to align our services to them.
Right. And, with increasing investor focus on climate resilience and sustainable infrastructure, how do you plan to evolve your technology and operations to align with decarbonization goals and energy efficiency mandates?
See, the company by itself is a sustainable company. We are working in food preservation, food security, food safety. We are looking at creating smaller entrepreneurs in our transportation program. Going ahead, we are looking to adopt a complete EV solution in our last mile, which is across India. We are handling last mile in more than 50 cities across India. And we are hoping to completely turn that over into an EV kind of infrastructure. We are just waiting for a few tie-ups, a few technology to catch up so that we can launch that. On top of that, whenever we are opening a new cold storage, now we are doing that across India with a lot of partners. Our first bet is always solar. We always push that cold storage has to be solar oriented. We make sure that the compliances are in place. And with every step that we take, we are always looking at sustainability. The whole company drives around the idea that we have to create a sustainable future.
All right. And, before I let you go, if you could sort of point out to us what the key goals for this year will be for Celcius going forward and what are the targets you hope to hit?
One of the key goals is, like we announced, 1,000 cities. Now, the idea behind the 1,000 cities is not just to blindly expand into it. The idea is that we open up the market, we open up the cities to many more brands that can then cater to these cities. They can sell their products there. We can have a supply chain. These cities open up a whole revenue market, not just for us, but for our brands. Even the larger brands in India today are not able to penetrate into the rural market simply because there's no supply chain system to hold it. This is a perishable industry. Making sure that the temperature controlled products do not go to waste, they are used properly, they are kept properly, is a big challenge which Celcius is answering. So our focus always has been to make sure that our clients get the best service and we are able to expand into markets which were untouched before. That's driving our growth now.
All right, Swarup, thank you so much for taking time out and being here with us on Startup Street, and we wish you all the best going forward.
Thank you, sir.